Hello there, welcome to my channel. I'm Angela from artery.com. Used to be co.uk, but I managed to get a .com domain, which I'm really excited about because I couldn't get it last time. I know you probably aren't interested, but never mind. Just a few more deliveries today. I saw an absolutely lovely project from, I think it was Crafty Carol's Cards, the channel's called. I'll leave a link in the description anyway to the original video. But these are the items that she used. So Spotlight on Nature dies, which I think are absolutely gorgeous. But from Stampin' Up, I know not everybody likes Stampin' Up, but I think the products are really amazing. And what have I got in here? Oh yes, and there's some really pretty circle dies in here that goes with this. And a nice ribbon. I'm telling you about these because I am going to be doing a project in a bit. This is from Crafter's Companion. It's another brush marker set. It's a dual tip brush markers. So you have the normal tip there, like a fine one, and you have quite a large brush tip there. And I like this because I do have a lot of alcohol markers, but I don't have any with like a skin tone colours. And this is lovely because you have the really pale one here, which is me, all the way along to the really gorgeous, like darker one there. So we have the skin tones and we have just some really other nice colours as well. And I might show you these on another video. And another haul from Craftelier. I hope they can tell me how to pronounce it right. I don't know if that's right. And I always get a lovely free gift. And always get a lovely little lolly when I buy something from them, which I think is so nice. A pink metal ruler, because I've lost my other metal ruler, and it's really good. I like to use a ruler and a craft knife when I'm cutting chipboard, and it's bendy, but it also has cork on the back, so it'll stop it slipping all over the place, which I think is a really good idea. And I managed to get some of these ultra-fine tip applicators, because mine are on the way out, and they're really good for applying like small amounts of glue. Me lolly. And some absolutely wonderful papers, because in the last Craftelier haul that I got, there was some lovely dog papers, but I thought I would have a look to see what else they have. And I came across this one, Belle Fleur. It is absolutely gorgeous, and I think these must be stickers. Oh yes, because it says there 12 sheets of 12 by 12 double-sided designer cardstock and a sheet of 12 by 12 designer cardstock stickers. So although I can make my own stickers because I have a cutting machine, it's really nice to get something designed like this. It's lovely. And because I am more of a cat person, I do love dogs, don't get me wrong, but I'm definitely more of a cat person. And another pack of cat paper and stickers to go with the dog ones that I have. And what's this? Oh, that's so beautiful. I'd rather be crafting papers and stickers, and they're just so lovely. Gorgeous for your crafty friends. And what's this? Good Day Sunshine. So I have noticed that at this time of the year, sort of July, people start doing stuff for like autumn and winter. But I wanted these because it is summer, and although we don't get a lot of summer sun over here, which I'm not complaining about, I don't like it too hot, but there's absolutely lovely papers and stickers. I mean, look at those flip-flops. Aren't they just adorable? Absolutely love those. Couldn't resist. Something else that came are these. It's a pack of sort of corner positioners, which I saw somebody use. Let me see if I can get out. Somebody got out their stamping platform, and although you do have a corner there that you can put your, so say you had, don't look at this, it's just something I was practicing on, it's not very good. So to get it right, you could put it in the corner like that. This is supposed to be a grid sheet, but I put it on upside down. Or you could use a grid sheet to position it. But if I wanted something there and I wanted something on there, I could take one of these and position it so I could get it in place like that. And there are different widths, different sizes. Nice little one there, and the measurements are on, so that's 3/4 of an inch. So you could measure them and put them on, and then I suppose you could always turn it round and do it again. So I don't suppose you have to use them with the stamping platform, but I haven't seen many videos using these, so I will be looking into that to see if I can get some kind of project going. So I'm going to stop it there now, and I will be looking at that project that I'm going to do with these absolutely gorgeous. I haven't decided which papers I'm going to use yet actually, but there is a project I saw on Crafty Carol's Cards YouTube channel. Like I said, I will leave a link and I'll have a go to see if I can do it as nicely as she did. See you soon. I came across a wonderful video with an absolutely gorgeous project. I'll leave a link to it in the description. This is not my idea. The project uses quite a few Stampin' Up! Products, but you obviously don't have to use Stampin' Up! The only reason I'm saying that is that the video from where I took this, the Crafty Carol's Cards she's called, she is a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I did use the Stampin' Up! Dies and stamps for this, but you absolutely do not need to. The papers are just something that I found in my stash. I'm not sure if you can get this particular paper anymore. I got it from the works, but I will see if I can find a link to it anyway to see if it's still there. Not quite perfect. I don't know if you can see at the top there, it's not quite flush, and it is slightly crooked there because I didn't cut the paper quite straight, but it's absolutely gorgeous because inside it's just very simple. It's just a really nice way to package a gift box, and isn't that lovely? It's just a very, very easy box and a nice easy way to decorate it. It's just lovely. And because the ribbon goes on the inside, you know, you don't need a belly band. There's no chance of it slipping off or anything like that. And it's beautiful because you could put a notebook in here, or an album, or toiletries. I suppose you could put little dividers in if you wanted to make like a little, even a little stationery set or something like that. You can put whatever you like in it really. But I'm going to show you how to make the box, and I'm going to show you which paper that I'm going to use. As I said earlier, I'm going to use this. I think it's just beautiful. So I'm going to use, is this double-sided? Yes, it's double-sided. So I'm thinking of using, I don't know whether to use that or that. I think I'll use this because this is really nice. I mean, the red's beautiful, but I like this. Instead of using the dies to get that effect, I suppose I could use stickers. I'll have a look at that. I never thought of that, but I'll have always the stickers. So, oh, that's lovely, isn't it? Literally. A little dress. Oh, I'm going to have some fun. Oh, and you've even got the little sentiments here. Oh, yes. I might just use all of this, actually, instead of the stamps. Right, so that's the stamp sheet. I shall put that to one side. I think I am definitely going to use that. Gorgeous. Very nice. You have your little bits of ephemera, your little cut parts. No, that's not it. Oh, that's gorgeous as well, isn't it? I mean, look at that. That's beautiful. I'm literally spoiled for choice. Oh, look at that. So I suppose you could use this as paper, and you could even cut little bits out if you wanted to. It's the first time I've had a look in here, actually. It's really lovely. Yes, very nice. Everybody seems to like vintage, don't they? There are a lot of vintage products on YouTube at the moment, projects. It seems a shame to cut one side up, doesn't it, when you've got something beautiful on the other side. But never mind, that's what I said I'm going to do, so that's what I will do. So I think those two will go lovely together. I'm going to put the rest of them away for now. First of all, put these to one side because we're going to make the box. I'm going to use some 300 GSM cardstock to make the box, to make it a nice strong one. Okay, so the box needs to be cut or the card stock needs to be cut at 10 3/4 by 7.5 inches. Okay, so this needs to be scored on the long side at 3/4 of an inch, 5 inches, 5 3/4, and 10. So I'm going to turn that round. I'm going to do it at 3/4 of an inch. Right. So basically, if yours only goes up to, I think this only goes up to 9.5 inches. So 3/4, 5, 5 3/4, turn it round, and then another 3/4. So I hope that helps you. And then on the short side, 3/4 of an inch on both sides. So do that and then turn it around like that, and then another 3/4. Now while I'm here, I might as well cut the other parts. So that's going to be the box. For the backing paper, I'll just cut off this. So let me have a look. So I need 2 card pieces. So this needs to be cut at 6 3/8 by 4 7/16. And for the pattern paper, I'll just take that off. This needs to be 6 by 4 1/4, so I need 2 of these. So there we go. So if you can see, that'll go on there like that. Very pretty. I like that very much. Right, now for the spine, you need a piece that's 6 3/8, which is already that because this is already being cut. 6 3/8 by 2 1/4. Now I just need to try and make sure that's straight because it wasn't the last time. It looks straight, doesn't it? Now this is a little bit tricky because it has to be scored at every 1/8 of an inch. So just be careful when you do it. I think this is where I went wrong the last time. Right, I don't know if it's my scoring or my cutting, but it's gone a bit wonky there again, so never mind, I can sort that out later. So basically this is going to be your spine, so you need to be able to sort of bend it a bit like that. It needs to be able to twist around like that. So you don't have to score any of these, but just sort of bend them into place. It'll make more sense when we start putting it together. But that's going to be the spine anyway. So I'll put that with those. So I thought we'd get all of the scoring and the cutting out of the way because that can be the most stressful part, I think. So I can put these away for now. Okay, the rest is very straightforward really. So just turn over your box. And just start creasing and scoring all of those score lines. So these 6 here need to be cut into tabs. So it's very difficult to see with the way the light is in my craft room, but I'll have a go. So you cut up each score line and then do a little notch at that side, and then for the middle one cut up both of the score lines. I can't see what I'm doing. And then a tiny little notch at both sides. So the first thing we have to do is glue the tabs. So the middle ones are going to go on like that. So you can use glue dots, you can use your glue runner, you can use glue, you can use tape. It's entirely up to you. For this I'm going to use my Cosmic Shimmer glue. It's been put into a little bottle. It's been a while since I've used this. Can't see what I'm doing. Just make sure it's as straight as possible. If you want to, while you're waiting for that to dry, you can put a little clamp or a paper clip there. Should have put some more glue on, I think, really. Right, so your box is now starting to take shape. So then we have to glue these two to those edges there. The reason I'm using the Cosmic Shimmer glue is because it dries fairly quickly. There's not really much hanging around. Now, if you wanted to make this even sturdier, if you're going to put something fairly heavy inside, you could put some nice paper in there, or a second layer of the thick cardstock, just to make it a bit sturdier. But now these top ones here have to go on there to make the lid, so we'll do that now. Why have I put my glue away? Right, and that's your box made. So the lid is the bits with these little flaps, and it just closes like that. Oh, it's supposed to close like that. That's it. Excuse me. So that's it. That's your little box. And these are going to go on there. And if you notice, it's a little bit larger than the box. It's designed like that. And that's going to go on there. But I think what I'll do is the same as what I did on this box, is the outer corners are going to be rounded on all four parts. If you don't have a corner rounder, you can just try and do it with your scissors. I can't do it, but it's just to give you an idea. You can do it like that. Of course I can't do it right, but you can round them with your scissors if you don't have a corner rounder. Just do it better than me. We're going to glue the pattern on top of the back, just so it has more or less the same space all the way around, the same border. It doesn't have to be perfect on this side because it's going to be covered with the spine. I'm going to use my Collall glue for this, so the paper doesn't warp or buckle or wrinkle. Of course you can use tape or your glue runner, whatever you want. I think they would make nice cards as is. Right, so now we need to stick these on there like that. So I'm not going to put the glue on there, I'll put it on there because this is larger. Make sure that, oh, I knew what to forget. Every time I do a project that needs to be notched, I always forget the notch. So if you do forget, you can draw something like a semicircle and cut it out. I could scream every time I make that stupid mistake. I'm going to put a kind of notch in there anyway. It's not going to be much of a one. Oh, look at that. That's not even worth it, is it? Oh, I always forget me notches. But never mind, there's a little bit to get hold of if you have long nails. Oh dear me. I'll try and remember to put that in the video at the beginning, so you know to add the notch. Do you know Crafty Carol's cards, the first video I saw, she did exactly the same thing. She forgot to put the notch in. I thought, I won't forget to do that. Of course not, because I never forget anything. So make sure it's about even. You can also make sure it's flush with that edge. Does that look about right to you? That's why I always insist on using wet glue when I do something like this. Oh, and I forgot to put the ribbon on. I completely forgot to put the ribbon on. I'm going to have to take this off both sides and put the ribbon on. Honestly, I am useless. Right, stand that up so it doesn't get stuck to anything. Right, the ribbon I'm going to use is the one that came with the pack. This is the stamp and die set that Carol used and that I used for that one as well. And it came with this ribbon, which is really nice. So I'm going to use this for that. Oh, this ribbon is beautiful. It's so soft. So I'm going to cut two fairly large pieces off, one longer than the other. Right, so this is the bottom. So I want the first ribbon, or piece of ribbon, to go on there all the way along. So I'm going to use some tear and tape for that. I'm going to use some strong tape because this ribbon might get quite a lot of use, opening and closing. You can measure the centre if you want. I'm just eyeballing it. So let's hope that this goes on, because this ribbon is a lot thicker than I thought. So see how it goes. Here we go again. Thank goodness I used wet glue. Although, if you used a glue runner, a glue tape, you can actually unstick it by using blasting it with a heat tool. I have seen that on, I can't remember where I saw that, but I have seen that used before. Right, okay, that seems to be okay. And the ribbon's not really showing through, that's good. Okay, so have we averted a disaster? We shall soon find out. I have made a lot of mistakes on this video, and if I were to leave them all in, it would just be far too long. Oh dear me, but it wouldn't be me if I didn't make one major mistake, and at least one major mistake in every single video. There we go. I perhaps should have just put the ribbon about halfway across instead of all the way across. Lesson learned for next time. Okay, now there we have the cover. So disaster averted, I think. And like an idiot, I put the glue on here instead of on the box, which is what I said you shouldn't do. Oh, goodness gracious me. I'm surprised you're still watching by now. Right, so this is going to go on there. So I'm just going to use tape for this. Of course, you can just use whichever tape you have, or you can use glue or a glue runner, but I wouldn't recommend it for this. I would recommend using some kind of sticky tape for it. So this is going to be the front, so I'm going to have to put it on straight there. and then bring it over here, and it's not going to be straight there because I haven't put these covers on evenly, I'm afraid. Okay, that is going to have to do. The first one I did went more or less flawlessly, so never mind. Just make sure that this ribbon works, and then we can see how much we need to cut off. Right, as gorgeous as this ribbon is, it is too thick for a project like this. So the main thing I've done wrong here is these two pieces weren't put on absolutely evenly. So as you can see, it's a little bit, it's not quite flush there. Anyway, so instead of using the stamp and die set, which I coloured there, I think I'll just use a sticker or two and see which one. I really like that one, you know. Hello friend, that's lovely. I think I'll have that one. Hello friend, and they're quite thick stickers as well. I'm just going to put that there in the middle somewhere. Of course it's on crooked. Right, so, and another one here, thinking of you. Put that there somewhere. Hello friend, thinking of you, isn't that lovely? So the biggest mistake was of course forgetting to put the ribbon on behind the paper. Second mistake was not making sure that these were completely even. You can see it wants to fall over there, whereas this one is even, it stands up perfectly straight. This one is actually wanting to fall over, which is such a shame. And of course that means that the spine didn't go on quite flush there. And, which is something I said not to do, was putting the glue on the paper instead of on the card like the second time around. It's because I was all anxious and flustered, but never mind. I did hope that you got something out of it, even if it's just not what not to do as usual. But I just think these are really, really nice, and they do make lovely gifts. And this can still be used for something. You know, I could put a notebook in there for my niece. She really likes, she likes her flowers and she likes notebooks. So I could put I could make a little notebook with a cover and put that inside, perhaps with a little pen for her. So these will be used, they won't go to waste. So even though it was a little bit of a disaster, I still think these are absolutely gorgeous. They're really beautiful. As soon as I saw it on the Crafty Carol's Cards channel, I knew I had to make one because they are just so gorgeous. And of course you can use different kinds of ribbon, different kinds of paper. Just by my mistake, I mean, this ribbon is beautiful. It feels really soft. It's just gorgeous, but it is too thick. This one, they're both from Stampin' Up. This one's from Stampin' Up. It's like a pool party. This is much thinner and it went on and tied much, much better. So this is gorgeous as well. I've learned quite a few lessons from this. I don't know if you have, but regardless, I do still think that they look absolutely beautiful. And I will leave a link, as I said, to that video below, and you can have a go and see how it's supposed to be done rather than how I managed to do it. But I hope it was useful anyway. And if you've watched for this long, well done and thank you. Have a great day. Bye bye now.